Hey everyone, it's Sunday evening, August 23rd, and let's take a look at the week that was and take a look ahead. So you can see here on Friday, let's get right into it. All the indexes started out flat in the day, but ended up higher. A little bit of stuff going on internally, kind of noticing here, you can see the advanced decliners. One, despite the fact that we are up on the day, you can see more declining stocks and advancing. New highs, a lot more highs than new lows. And for a market that's pushing up near its highs, we've still got a pretty significant amount of stocks below their 200-day moving average. And this indicator, of course, indicating we're more in the bear territory. So the story is basically we've got a lot of stocks that aren't performing that well, and we got a few that are just going through the ceiling. Let's talk about Nvidia, Apple, um, Tesla, all of those just dragging this market higher. And I think Apple is like 7% now of the SPY. So, given the performance of Apple, I mean, just dragging the markets higher, while some of the other stocks not performing as well. And of course, the IWM was down on Friday despite good performances by the Qs and S&P and even the Dow. So let's get into it here. Let's take a look at what we got going on. Start out with the yields. You can see here this is the weekly. So we've got an inside week going on, or we had an inside week going on last week. Looked like our yields were gonna bottom here and pop up, and they still may, but we just definitely had a pullback last week. Yields, of course, will be good for the banks if they continued higher, but if they continue to chop along here, then market should be doing fine for sure. Let's take a look at the transports. Transports get some topping action here. Not surprising. I think I mentioned this last week. We're right up into some area of pretty significant resistance. Lots of holders in this area as well. You can see here these are volume bars that have happened at this price. So not surprising we're stalling out a little bit here. Volume really dropped off last week, and it's going to be the theme, I think, if you're going to hear from me. Lower volumes over the week. The daily again showing some topping action on the transports. The weekly on the Dow, again we're into some sort of topping action here. We had a high last week, and we didn't get any kind of a follow through this last week. So again, volume dropping off a little bit. Stochastics, RSI still rising, but definitely getting into an area of some resistance here. And based on the futures, we may be breaking out to a new high. And again, we had actually a pickup in volume on Friday. So SPY weekly again breaking out to a new high, up 2.5% or more on the week. Again, volume pretty light, not getting a lot of buying or selling. And stochastic still rising, MACD, RSI still rising, still looking favorable to go higher. Again on the day, kind of breaking out here to a new high. Still not, we're getting into the overbought area, but still, still under that 70. So, easily can go higher here. And again, futures indicating that. The Q's still the place to be. Again, breaking out here, just a little bit overbought. Still looking on the week. It's the volumes week, but again, it looks like all systems go for us to go higher on the Qs. Technology, of course, Nvidia, Tesla, they're all taking us up. And the IWM here, you can see here, this is the laggard, the ugly stepchild, if you will. And you can see here we had a bit of an outside week, sell off. Again, volume pretty light on the week. Stochastics maybe looking like they're rolling over. RSI is looking like it's rolling over. So I keep an eye on the small caps again. it's just the big caps and and some of the technology sector that's really leading this market higher. And again, on the daily, you can see here, not a great day on Friday, down 1% on volume. Stochastics heading lower, so not looking very good on the IWM, the only index that I would maybe stay away from. And VIX kind of just hanging in there. We did gap up Thursday, sold off, and again Friday tried to go higher and then just sold off again. So um, yeah, and the weekly, there you go. Again, sort of an indecision week. So let's quickly take a look at some of the stuff that I've got active specifically. Right now, I'm still in this DBA trade. I think it's going to go higher. If we did get up to 1440, and I'm looking for this 200-day moving average, which coincides with this high here, pretty close. So just still hanging on to that one. Intel still looking like it's holding 48. P on this, the PE ratio is really low compared to all the other tech stocks. I think it's like about 11 price to earnings ratio. Don't often look at that, but I was noticing that it's really, I think it has some good long-term potential, long as it holds 48. I'm just going to stick with that one. Nicola, this is I haven't got this anymore because I did bail on it, but this is a sort of an example of a breakout that failed. Just wanted to put this up, but you can see here it looked like it was going to break higher. Took long, but then had to get stopped out because you just didn't get any continuation. So we may hold this this moving average, this 20 moving average, but right now I'm out of it. But I just wanted to put that up to show that a trade didn't work out. Again, another stock that didn't work out, Space, had to stop out on that one when it lost 18. Kind of, I thought it was going to hold there. Now I'd be looking at this 200-day moving average, and maybe we'll get into that here in a second. I'll look at some scans that I've got. Baba, I like Baba. Again, Baba's price to earnings ratio is, I think, is pretty attractive if you compare it to some of the other stocks that are out there, and it looks like it could go higher from here. Good volume day on Friday. Looks like it's on the verge of breaking out here, 265. So I'd be looking to maybe get into that even Monday if we did get a pullback at the open on it. It looks good. Stochastics rising. RSI rising, looking like it's putting in higher lows, liking BABA, and maybe for even an options trade. FCell, I was looking at this one. Again, rejection at this 320 level, looking maybe for a pullback to 280, and then use maybe 270, use these moving averages as a place to stop out, and hopefully a break above 320, maybe even add some there. Again, volume dropping off here, sellers not as active. We've got lots of people down in here who have bought shares, and not a lot of shares bought above here. So I think if we can break out, it'll go higher. The only thing I don't like, obviously, stochastics rolling over. Maybe the RSI is going to turn up here. So fuel cell on the radar for an entry around 280. GDX, I've got this on watch. I do have started this. I've started another position in on the Canadian Exchange HGUT, but it's essentially the same trade. GDX looks like it's maybe going to hold here. Again, we're getting into some choppy action on gold. I think really in the long term this is going to be a good place to be, but you know, right now we're just we've had a nice run up, and I think we're just consolidating right now. So we may be in for some more choppy action, but so I've just got a starter position on that one. Again, gold off a little bit right now. In the futures market, silver up a little bit. I do have a little bit of silver too. HZU, which is the the Horizon Beta Toronto Exchange. So anyway, and now we've got JD. Again, sort of same play. Looks like a little extended here. I'd be looking for a pullback to around 70. If we got a pullback there, I don't know if it's going to get there, but be a nice place to take an entry. JD's been on fire. I'm looking at Micron. Micron's had a pretty decent pullback. from this level here. And 42 looks like an area where we might find some support. So I'll just be looking maybe to take an entry around 42, and then 41.20, 41.30 as a stop out. Um, and then yeah, maybe look for a move back up to maybe 45-ish for a first target. But it's pretty oversold. Volume's starting to drop off, so something I'm going to keep an eye on as well. Pfizer looks like it's about to break out here, this 39 level. If we can break out, hold above it by the end of the trading day, I think it might be a nice move back up to this level, which would be over 40, say 41. So be watching that one. Riot's another one. Riot's had a nice move, this blockchain. Bitcoin's been a pretty good mover as well here. Had a nice run up. Maybe we're going to get a pullback here. Again, big volume days. Volume dropped off. If can hit 350, maybe take an entry, keep a tight stop on it. And hopefully maybe you can break up and get through this 455 moving average here, 200-day moving average. Again, silver, same as gold. I think it has the potential to break a little bit higher, and we'll keep an eye on that. Again, talked about space already, looking like it's getting down to this 200 days, so maybe worth an entry. Really tight stop there, and see if we can get a bounce back. I still think there's a catalyst towards the end of the year for this thing to bounce back up. And the USO, the oil, just not really doing anything, kind of a dud. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. And this is the futures right now. We'll bring that up. Just take a quick look. The Dow showing 50, S&P up marginally. The Qs, they'll be the ones that'll really start to go here. Even the small caps are up. And you can see here, gold down, silver down a hair. Which is really not very much, no significant movements. The only other thing, treasuries, you can see the yields are a little bit down here, so kind of confirming maybe there's more downside on the yields. All right, so have a good weekend, the rest of the weekend, everybody. We'll see you in the Bear Bull Trading Room, 8:30. Our pre-market show starts with Carlos and Norm kicking things off, and then we'll be trading the market at 9:30 in the morning. And this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone. Bye for now.